Hey YouTube, it's Little Rocker Cutie 2005, also known as Andre, back again with you guys with another review, this time of the 2003 remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now this is actually the 2-disc Platinum Series edition. I do have the steel thing that covers this, but it's not on it. It's actually down in storage, but because I don't have the sticky stuff that holds it on, but you know, this is just a really great remake. I mean, it takes the original and, you know, just ramps it up. I mean, the characters are different, the kills are different, except for like a couple particular scenes, but, you know, I'll get into that in a minute. But you got Jessica Biel, who's playing a character named Erin Hardesty, you know, same last name as the girl from the original, Sally Hardesty. She's basically our lead, and you've got Erica Learson from Blair Witch 2. She's playing Pepper, a hitchhiker they picked up. And you got, I think it's Eric Balfour, he plays Kemper, who's Jessica Biel's boyfriend. Then you've got Mike Vogel. I don't remember who he plays. I think he's like the blonde guy. And you got Jonathan Tucker. I don't remember who he plays either. And then, of course, you got Arlie Ermy, Full Metal Jacket baby, as the sheriff of the county they end up in. And so they pick up this hitchhiker who's like walking really slow and in a daze, and they pick her up and they're staring at her for a minute as they drive, and she says, "They're all dead." And so, you know, they think they're taking her to get help, and they're taking her right back in the direction she came from. So she kind of freaks out. She pulls a gun from her crotch and she says, "You're all gonna die." And she shoots herself right in the head, and it's this really cool shot where, like, it pulls back from everybody screaming to, like, the hole in the girl's mouth from the gun out the back of her head, out to the window, and you just see her head kind of fall backwards. But that's just a really cool shot. And, basically, you know, the sheriff shows up after they've been told to meet him at the old Crawford Mill, which is an actual place in Texas. You know, the sheriff meets him there, and he basically has him, you know, wrap this girl up in plastic wrap and put her in the trunk of his car. And if you notice, he puts the gun she had back in the holster on his leg, so you can tell it was his, and that he's a part of whatever it is that's going on. And so now they're kind of stranded because they can't get the truck to start and whatnot. And they take one of the sheriff takes one of his friends back, Jessica Biel's friends, back to his house, where Jessica Biel and the guy who plays Kemper, I think it's Eric Balfour, they had gone to call for help. And so, no, excuse me. But this is kind of where the story picks up, you know. Jessica Biel and I think it's Eric Balfour, Mike Vogel, they go looking for Kemper, and you know, instead of finding Kemper, you know, Leatherface finds them, starts chasing them. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys. The blind guy's leg ends up getting cut off, and they basically put him on a hook down in the basement, which is just a really cool, it's a cool scene because, you know, you see Leatherface taking him downstairs, and he's got his hands on the walls trying to stop him, but it breaks off his fingernails, and that's like a really cool but gross effect at the same time. And he basically, you know, puts him on a hook like the girl in the original. And so, you know, later on, you know, Erin finds him down there, and he tells her, you know, "You gotta finish me off, you gotta kill me." And she basically does, and there's another scene where, you know, Pepper and Erin, they're hiding in the van after Leatherface has appeared first, and, you know, Erin's trying to get the truck started, but it won't start. And so she drives off a little bit, and the tires fall off. So, you know, they're kind of freaking out, you know, trying to get the car started again. And then Leatherface attacks them wearing, oh yeah, he's wearing Kemper's face because Pepper, she freaks out after he's attacked the van because he's come through the roof and everything. She gets out of the van, and Leatherface basically kills her. And, you know, Jessica Biel, she gets out, and after she sees that he's wearing Kemper's face, you know, she kind of freaks out and starts running. She comes across this trailer, and this trailer has these people that are like part of the family, and so they've kidnapped this baby, and they stole it from one of the families they killed. And so, you know, Jessica Biel, you know, she's trapped in the house, you know, with the sheriff and the family and everything, and so they take her down, they have Leatherface take her down to the basement and, you know, tie her up. and she gets loose, and that's where she finds her friend, the blonde guy, finishes him off because he told her to, you have to kill me. And it's basically her now. She's the only survivor, and so she starts running, and she comes across this truck driver, and the truck driver, he's basically doing the same thing they did for the hitchhiker at the beginning, taking her back, thinking he's going to get her some help. And so, she freaks out. He stops the truck at this barbecue place they stopped at to call the sheriff. And, the truck driver's telling him, oh, well, I got this girl in my truck, she's crazy and whatnot. She stopped, she pulled out, she came out right in the rain and blah, 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 blah. And so, Jessica Biel, she's already gotten out of the truck and taken the baby. And so, the woman who's taking care of the baby and claiming to be the baby's mother is like, the baby's gone, the baby's gone. And so, Arlie Ermy, he's out there checking the truck, and the lights of the police car come on, and Jessica Biel just charges at him. Ah! Runs him over like 3 or 4 different times, and then that's pretty much how the movie ends, except you get kind of a last minute jolt from Leatherface hitting the side of the car, because earlier they had gone through this meat factory and she had chopped off one of his arms with a meat cleaver. And so, Leatherface is running around with basically one arm still wielding a chainsaw. And so it kind of freaks her out for a minute, but she drives and drives, and that's pretty much, how the movie ends, except for, a little bit of news footage where, cops hadn't, they hadn't like secured the crime scene. So, Leatherface killed like 2 officers in the line of duty, and there was only like one known image of him, and like they say at the end, this is the only known image of Thomas Hewitt, better known as Leatherface. And so, that's pretty much how the movie ends, but that's a remake that I really, really enjoy. I know a lot of people have seen it. I've seen a lot of you guys pick up the Blu-ray. I'm actually happy with the 2-disc DVD. I don't think I'd upgrade to Blu-ray unless it had all the special features of the 2-disc, but I'm happy with the one I have. Plus, it came from Buffy Xenaman, and he gave it to me. So, once again, it's Little Rocker Cutie 2005, also known as Andre. I'm telling you to enjoy life, enjoy some Skittles, enjoy some Starburst, and more words with my faithful partner Chris. He always says, eat some chicken. Catch you guys later, and peace out.